It's my last night in California. Enjoying the doobie while I still can. So what's my recap? Well, I'm a completely different person when I'm over here. When I'm here, I feel like I just want to do, when I'm here, I feel like I already belong here because my vibe, I feel like I can feel the vibe in California. I can feel myself here. When I was younger, I'd always watch YouTubers, or watch like gameplays, whatever. But majority of where those videos came from, the people that made them, the music that was put in those videos, it mainly like came from here. Like I would see a lot of like skateboard videos and they would be based on California or music. The music that I listened to before, they all the artists, all the people, the songwriters, they all came from here. They all came or they were here in California. And smoking was a big part of my life, both good and bad ways. And whenever I would look at any Instagram videos, posts, or reels, it would be people doing stuff here. It would be like a big smokeout sesh. Oh, but it's in California. It would always be here. The music back then, when I was watching all these videos, it was mainly EDM and like techno, disco. Like it was from here. Content was produced here and I was consuming it in New York. And New York, I've already been through New York. I lived my life in New York. I know New York in and out. So traveling made me like realize like this is like, to me this is home without even knowing this place. I feel like I resonate here so much. Like I feel like I already know where to go. I feel very connected here. Even if I don't know nobody. Even if I don't know a single person, I like the vibe, my way of like experiencing a day be here. But home is New York. I just wish that New York was like this. You won't get that. You won't get two worlds in one place. So I'm not really gonna look forward to going back home. I'm not looking forward to having to come here once and then never come back. Like, I want to be able to come back here whenever I want. I don't even know where I would be if I did come back. But another few things. Anyway, that's my recap. The overall look of California can be compared to New York. Let's say New York is such a chaotic place. We New Yorkers know what chaotic means. And then you have California, which is like, if you were to able to turn down the settings from chaotic to simpler, you can turn it down by like 30%, maybe even 50%. And that's what California is. It's like New York, but more quiet and more cleaner. This is my first trip and my first concert let's call it a concert or music festival, music party, whatever you want to call it. And I put those two together. My first trip alone and my first music party, concert, memorial concert. The experience of coming here was very, let's say, I was so nervous. I was so scared that the plane was gonna go down because there's a lot of turbulence and it lasted for like, I don't know, a few minutes, but it felt like forever. And the music festival, you know, when I decided I wanted to go to this music festival, I knew I had to catch a plane. And that to me was the hardest decision, both hard and easy. It's so easy to just scroll and then push a few buttons to purchase a ticket and its destination. But you know what's so hard is to be prepared. And that I was not prepared at all. It was so, I would say, unplanned. I knew where I wanted to go and where I needed, but I didn't know what to do during that time. I was brave enough to go by myself to California and also go to a concert. And now I gotta go back home. That is like a really big leap. When you realize what you've done, and now you gotta go through it. Like, this is an experience. Unprepared. But I went through it telling to myself to happen to life instead of life happening to you. And that's what I did. I went to the airport. My bags were ready. I checked in. And I was boarding my flight. And I said to myself, this is so special to me, but it feels like an everyday thing for everybody. How can I make something special to me, make it special overall? Meaning, to me, I know I will remember this trip. But what events can I add on to it to make it stand out compared to somebody else? Anybody else could have taken a trip by themselves to Los Angeles, just like me, on their first trip. But what I did different was that I decided that I was gonna morph life into the way I wanted. So I was brave enough, confident enough. I asked a flight attendant if I can take pictures with the pilot or the pilots. And she said, yes, that's no problem. And so I did. That is the first time I sat in a pilot chair or even talked to them at all or received anything from them. That was very memorable. That I will not forget. And next, Juice WRLD concert. I was so high, off my mind, that I started like not being able to stand still, super high. Like, bro, it was terrible. I got to the point where I was breaking down tears because I was really afraid. I didn't know what I was doing. So I called my sisters one by one and I told them what was going on. And they said, you know what? Forget about it. You have to look up and be strong. And just something else that I tell myself all the time. And from there on, I went back inside. I went inside the concert, but it was too late. I was all the way in the back and there was no way to get to the front. But I said, I'm gonna happen to life. I'm gonna happen. So, hello?
Are you looking for
Mari?
Yes.
No. Are you looking for somebody? Sorry. So, I said, you know what? I'm gonna make my way up front. I owe it to myself. I'm not just gonna let that night burn down because something happened. That is not even a physical event. It happened to me emotionally. I went through something so emotional that I'm gonna let it ruin that night. Of course not. So what did I do? I went all the way to the front. And this old lady, I thank her very much. She told me, why don't you just go? Go to your friend. Because I was on the opposite side. She said, why don't you just go around? And I said, I can't do that. She said, well, who's going to stop you? And that's when I remember what I told myself about the pilot in the plane. I said, you know what? I'm going to happen to life. I'm not going to let life happen to me. So I went through the cage fence. And this guy pulled me to the side. He said, hey, where you going, dude? I said, you got to be somewhere? He said, I told him, yeah, I got to go over this fence over here to get to my friends. He said, nah, dude, you're cool. You're cool here. Just chill. And I said, really? He said, yeah. And I shook his hand. That changed everything that night. I became the only VIP. There was not supposed to be even no VIP. It was just supposed to be the people that were hosting the entire thing. And I got VIP, which is great. Great. So that's what happened. And throughout that night, I was backstage. I felt like the man. I felt like a rock star in his prime. And now, well, this would be the second day after the concert. Yesterday, I went to Santa Monica Pier. Went to the beach. And I think after that, I think I went home. But today, I went to the Griffith Observatory. But I walked it. I walked the neighborhood that's like underneath it. What is it, like Beverly Hills or something like that? So I walked that. And after that, I went to the Grove. Is that
you?
Huh? No. Let's.
No.
Hey, sorry.
Where are you? Like, I see everybody, but who's that you?
So I went to the Griffith Observatory. And after that, I went to the Grove. And I didn't really buy anything. It was just stores. It was just random stores. So that's what I did. I didn't buy anything yet. But here's something else. So, Jordy, in the future, when you're watching this, you know exactly what we did. Alright, guys, look, this is what we did. So, we were going to the Juice WRLD concert, and then I had to use the bathroom. So, I was on train, I believe, and I had to look for the nearest Chipotle, because I trust Chipotle that their bathroom's open. But I got to a Chipotle, and their bathroom wasn't open. So, what I did was I went to Google Maps, and I typed in Chipotle. Sorry, not Chipotle. Planet Fitness. Because I know there was Planet Fitness. I just didn't know how far it was. But to my luck, it wasn't too far away. So I went on a bit of a walk. And I went to Planet Fitness. I arrived. Opened the door. and I see this girl at the register, and the first thing I thought to myself, the first thing that we thought, like, wow, she looks, that's it. And I was just mesmerized. I was like looking at her aesthetic. To me, if we had to choose the female, you already know like what our taste is. Before all this, our appearance, Jordy, we were emo. We considered ourselves emo. And I'm not even gonna lie, don't tell anybody, or don't even feel like you were not emo, bro. I'm not trying to like say like, oh yeah, it's a good thing. I'm trying to say, like, if you had to describe or picture a version of an emo's life, like, you would have that version of emo. You had your reasons to be depressed. You had your reasons to cry, to feel away. So many emotions inside, what you've been through. Compare that to somebody that wanted to be emo. Like, you had it worse. And people just categorize all those events under emotional. So, anyways. But you understand all the people, the girls that you met that were... You got to see, alright, emo dudes. Like, yeah, you guys hang out and stuff. But once, like, that phase expanded and you got to meet up other emo people, you saw, like, how far the girls take that kind of phase. And I don't mean that like take far like in like a bad way. I mean like in a creative way. The way they dye their hair or the way they do their makeup, and like they create those like crazy like creative like black wings. I think they call it wings around the eye right here. And you like truly these guys like that catches your attention a lot. The hair, the makeup, the outfits, not like the crazy ones, like maybe oh yeah, you already know. But you know that's the kind of aesthetic that you go for. And you know deep down, if you had to choose any kind, if you had a lineup of every single person, you know you would choose that one. You would only choose that one. And I guarantee you that. But it was like on a level 1 kind of thing. So say like the aesthetic that you want, it's at 100. But when you saw her, you knew she was what was she? She was like at a level 5 kind of thing. At a level 5. And you knew there was investment to be made. But it's not like an objectifying thing. It's not bad. Like what I'm saying, somebody can be like, oh, you're just objectifying this person. Like, you're seeing what value it brings. Like, instead of, oh, just seeing it as a person. No, I see that if I invest my time, my words, my life, poured it into this person, this girl, I feel like I could make it work. So I walked into Planet Fitness, right? I said hello. I went to the bathroom, and on the way to the bathroom, I was like, man, she's amazing. She looks amazing. I like her aesthetic. I like the way she looks. But coming back, I was so nervous. I was like, wait, I'm in California. I should go talk to her. I should introduce myself, or I should just say something, do something. And I was going back upstairs because it was downstairs. The bathroom was downstairs, and I was upstairs like mid stairs, and I was just contemplating for like 5 minutes. What should I do? Should I talk to her? And I got to the point where I wanted to ask another woman, another female, what do I do? What do I say? But it didn't happen. And eventually I said, you know what? Fuck it. We ball. And so I went, and I was walking so slowly. And I was walking slowly, but I also noticed something. She reads. But she was working, but she reads. And that's what caught my attention. Maybe twice as more. Because she reads. I don't see a lot of people read, especially not in New York. So, I was like, damn. I gotta say something. And I'm walking out. I'm walking towards the door. And it's gonna naturally come out. I'm waiting for it to naturally come out. And then nothing happens. So I touch the door. And then I say, wait, actually? And I go back. And I say, hi, excuse me. Is it alright if I can have your Instagram? I really like your hair. And she said, oh yeah, sure. And I asked her again, is it, are you cool with that? Is it okay? And she said, yeah. So, and I was telling her, like, yeah, I just wanted to ask for your Instagram. Like, I really like your hair color. And it was red. And I did like it. Because it was the first thing that I noticed. So, she went under the desk to grab her phone, I believe. And she said, oh, I'll give you my Instagram, but I can't, like, type it. So she showed me her phone. She held it out. And I took a picture of it. And I got her Instagram. So, I don't want to, like, make this sound like, and like, really like, oh, you're just a fuck boy. You're like, you know, you're just going after any woman. Like, when I'm here in California, like, I realize, like, I'm in a different world. Nothing that I know is here. So I can start fresh. And I thought, what about my love life? What about love life? I told myself, after I turn, I'm going to be looking for love until I'm 21. Well, I told myself I have until 21 to look for somebody. If I don't have anybody by the time I'm 22, I'm gonna stop looking for love. And that's where I'm at. Because I turned 22 maybe like 4 days ago. So I'm not looking for love, is what I'm telling myself. But that doesn't mean that I can't explore and go on dates. Sure, looking for love, to go on dates, to meet people, and to hopefully the both of you compromise into leading a long and fulfilling life. But what I'm doing is, I would like to tell somebody that I genuinely feel they look good, or I like your hair color, I like your aesthetic, I love your vibe. Is it cool if I have your Instagram? Is it alright if I can get your Instagram? By chance, do you have Snapchat? Do you have a phone number? Maybe I can text you, and hopefully we can grab some coffee. That's the side that I'm at. But there's another side. The two sides that make the coin. It's the confidence, the bravery to say, hey, I really like your aesthetic. Is there any way I can get your Instagram? And then there's the me. Look at me. Look at me approaching you. If I was a girl, would I choose me? Without even knowing anything about me. My image. Would I choose me based off of looks? You gotta worry about that. So, Yesterday I went to Santa Monica. Today I went to the Griffith Observatory and the Grove, like a mall. So now this is my last night. I'm technically not gonna. I'm gonna sleep. I'm gonna sleep. Earlier. Actually, once I wake up, it will be my last day, and I would have to find something to do. So we're back in the B&B. So what am I gonna do today? Well, in order to, in my opinion, in order to complete my trip, I want to take that girl out somewhere, like a date. But remember, I said I'm 22 and I'm not looking for love at the moment. Have I thought about a plan to find someone? Nope. I'm gonna enjoy myself. That's what I'm gonna do. But being here, I want to live a California love life. This girl that I'm talking about, she's 19. Whoa, big shocker. I just turned 22. So technically, yes, there's a 3-year gap. But honestly, I feel like it's a 2-year gap. Depends on her birthday. Maybe she just turned 19. I don't even know. Anyways. But if you take those two numbers, it's a 3-year gap. So it's acceptable. And even without knowing, like, her aesthetic is good. Anyways. I would like to take her out somewhere. I don't know where. I'm doing my research. Maybe take her out to a restaurant. Maybe take her out to a restaurant. Do something that she hasn't done before. And that's what I want to do. Oh my god. That's going to leave a mark. Okay. It didn't leave a mark. So, where am I going to take her? I have no idea. Do I want to show her this video? I have no idea. But in case I do, let me say this. Hi. It's nice to meet you. If I'm showing you this, it's probably because we didn't get the chance to meet. This is literally the night of my last day, which is the day that I told you that I wanted to take you out. So I understand that you don't want to, you're not looking for anything right now, and that's totally fine. Actually, I respect you 100%, and I'm not even like trying to change my answer. That's exactly what I wanted to do. If you did say yes, and you never said like, oh, like I'm not looking for anything, during that date, I would have told you, hey, or like even like when we start, before we start the date, I would tell you, hey, I really appreciate you coming out here. I want to give you a good time, but I'm doing this because I want to give someone a good time. Not at home. Not in my own place. Like, I'm a good guy. I know that I'm a good guy. I can't prove that to anybody. But when people say like, oh yeah, I've lived my life good, perfect, such and such, like there's always something that they leave out. And it's like major things. Right? Like, oh, when I was younger I did drugs, or this happened to me, I did this. You know? And they claim that they're good people. Me, and I put this on like on my mom's life, on my own life, my own flight back home. I am a good person. I lived a very abusive life. It made me an emotional person. and I was very depressed. So throughout middle school, 6th grade to 8th grade, I would always go to school with like marks on my face, my neck, bruises, because I had a very abusive older sister. So like, I don't know if you're Mexican. I'm Mexican and Ecuadorian, and my sister would beat me up with like a belt, a wire, a stick, something, and that made me very emotional. So I didn't live a normal middle school life, having friends, going after school, meeting up, eating. I saw it, but I wasn't part of it. There was always something wrong with me. I never got the chance to even make real friends, real connections with people. Let alone the girls. Like, girls wouldn't even talk to me. It would be embarrassing. I lived that kind of life, and it didn't stop until like maybe middle school summer. That was the summer before high school first started. And I have dated people in the past, and it was like throughout high school. So high school really like killed feelings in me. Throughout middle school, like I was like a really like emo guy, and high school only like amplified it to become even more. So throughout that time, like, it was rough, but looking back at it now, like, it was like really like minor things. It wasn't that major. So that happened, and I graduated high school, and I never really like thought about going to school after. So after high school, I took like a year off. Maybe like, it was close to a year. It was about to be a year, and decided to get a job. And I worked the job for 2 years, or I think it was a year. And then I got another job because the first job was horrible. And now I'm currently working that job that I'm talking about right now. And here I am. My mom says that I'm like a quiet kid, and I believe her. I won't talk unless like you ask me a question. But I learned to overcome that now. Like, I would still have that habit to like, oh, okay, I won't talk unless someone's asking me a question. And then when there's like a gathering or a social event, like, I would be social-ish, kind of. I'd like to have a good time. Yeah. Girl that... Whoa. Your name and your Instagram is Priscilla. Priscilla, I want to be very upfront. I haven't met you. I've only seen you. Like, this video is being recorded. Like I said, while we're texting, that the morning I wake up, I want to take you out. Anyways, I really appreciate you, even considering going out. And it's like I told you, it's my first time like even asking somebody for their Instagram. Like, I was so nervous. I was sweating. I don't know if you realized, like, when I first asked you, like, I was sweating. But it was my first time even asking anybody, hey, like, complimenting them. I don't even compliment anybody. Let alone myself sometimes. But I never compliment anybody. Like, I would tell my mom, and my mom is the only person that hears compliments from me. I told you, like, I gave you a compliment and I asked for Instagram. And that was like, I was ready for the rejection. Oh, no, I can't. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, ew, or this and that. Like, it's like something funny. Something funny. But I really appreciate you. This video, maybe you'll see it, maybe you won't. Thank you. I already say thank you. What else can I say? Maybe, hopefully, if I ever come back to California again, hopefully I can actually like take you out. And I promise you that I respect your word. I respect your word when you say you're not looking for anything. Like, I'm so down to hang out. Like, I feel like that's what, like, it's missing between like a male and the female worlds. Like, if a male and the female were to hang out on the right terms, and like both aren't having some secret crazy side to themselves, like I would kind of like believe just a bit that a guy and a girl can hang out. But I believe in myself. Again, I'm a good person, and I like to advertise that a lot. If I were to hang out with you, like, I wouldn't even think about like all those crazy stuff that like weird people even like consider on the first date. I just want to have fun. I got nobody out here, and personally, like, when I was thinking about it, I was like, I want to tell you everything about my life. I want to sit down with you. Like, this is what I thought when I first, like, oh, I want to ask her out. I want to take her out. I thought about having us talk, sitting down, I don't know where, in a booth, preferably like where it's like kind of noisy, but we could also have like our own personal like space, conversations. I want to talk to you about everything that I've been through in my life. I want to know you. Like, I would ask you, so hey, like, this is what it'd be. So hey, tell me about yourself. Like how's life? Like, what are you doing? Like, where are you at right now? And then I would go on and ask you questions about California and everything. Because to me, like, I'm a genuine person. I'm a genuine guy. So I really want to get to know somebody. People always ask, oh, like, hey, how are you? You know, but like in a way of like, oh, hello, hey, how are you? And they don't answer. Like, when I ask you, hey, how are you? Like, how you been? What's going on with you? I genuinely want to know. I want to know what you have to say. I want to listen. Because I think about everything on a different panel of universes. Aren't we so lucky to be alive? Aren't we so lucky to be breathing? Every good, there's a bad. But aren't we so lucky? We won a race, and now look at the world that we live in. You know what I mean? Like, there's a whole world out there, up there. I want to see it, and I want to live my life up there. I want to know how another person is doing, because they're me. It's my species. This is my species. In the end, if you like think about it, like, we're all animals. We're our own species. And the fact that we can communicate, like, to me, it's like it's something crazy. It sounds pretty stupid, like, if you're not really that like deep into thought about it. But like, some people are gonna understand what I'm saying. Girl, Priscilla. I'm a really like nice guy. I like to advertise that. I don't know if you can already tell. But even if anybody else is watching this, live your life. You know what I mean? Live your life. Like, stop blinding yourselves with like unnecessary events, unnecessary responsibilities. Go out, connect yourself with nature. Tap into your head, your thoughts. Life is so beautiful when you have control over it. Priscilla, if I ever come back to California, I would like to hang out with you. And I don't mean it in a relationship way. I want to laugh, or I want to cry. I want to tell you about my life. and I want to tell you about my points of views and interests and what I believe in and the things that I want to enjoy. I want to tell somebody that I don't have any friends. I like to consider myself friendless because I don't hang out with nobody. Nobody checks up on me. I don't have nobody's phone number. If I only have one friend, it would be John Romero. My sister, my other sister, my parents. I don't consider nobody else a friend. Even though if we knew each other. Like back then. I think a friend is always going to be there for you. And I don't think no one's ever been there for me. Maybe I don't ask for help. That's my fault. But I don't see these people. Priscilla, like, if I don't get the chance to meet you again, then I'll show you this video. Maybe I'll just send you a link or something. I don't know. But these are just some of the things like I want to talk about to somebody. I don't want to sound like depressing as fuck, but I don't really have people in my life besides my family, of course. But humans need interaction with other humans. And that's exactly what I want to do. And I can communicate with guys, but I think guys nowadays, like, can care less. Like, they're not on that kind of... Like, it's kind of hard to find somebody that would want to talk to me on the same level that I'm trying to talk about. But I feel like a girl, can relate and can actually listen and be there for anything, any conversation. And if I just go to some random girl and just say, hey, I want to talk, like this, like how can we have conversations and that? I don't think it'll work. I think the approach has to be genuine, and it was genuine. I saw you, and I liked your aesthetic. I didn't think about having a relationship with you because I knew I was in a different country. But what I thought about was I like her aesthetic. What if I asked her Instagram? What if I asked her to hang out? And I can tell her what I want to say, what I want to express. I didn't think about anything like crazy. At first, I feel like I should have asked you about your age. But the fact that you're 19 and I'm 22, to me, like, that's cool. If you were 18, like, people would say that's legal, but I would not do. I think 3 years younger is the limit I have to talk to anybody. But that's how I saw you. That's how I saw you when I saw you. I didn't think about anything like, and I know like I was texting you like maybe like I don't know if you saw it as weird, but I was just asking about things. Like, I'm from New York. Like, I'm not from LA. I'm in New York, and I saw you, and I just wanted to approach and say hi. Yeah. I did that. But I'm losing train of thought. I know exactly what I'm talking about. Can't stick to one topic. But this is what that's what I wanted to do. You know? I hope I wasn't too weird or maybe too upfront, too blunt, or maybe caught you off guard. I really admire that you read. There's a lot of people in my home in New York that don't even read, don't even like books. So what you're doing is cool. Keep reading. I have a book too. I like reading R.L. Stein. I don't know if you ever heard of it. It's called Goosebumps. And like there's like the basic books for like kids. Like it's like a old brown coffee paper books. I don't know if you've ever seen those. But This book is hardcover, and it's actually like it's a high school level book, and it was the first book that I ever read, and it was the first book that I ever wanted to reread and just keep reading. And I have that book. I purchased that book like maybe a week ago or two, and I read that book so I can use my reading skills or whatnot. But yeah, I enjoy reading. You can really picture a movie in your head if your imagination is that strong. So yeah, I like your aesthetic because I don't know if you are. I don't want to offend anybody, but I like the image that I saw when I looked at you, which was like an emo girl that's reading. You know, like to me, that's wow. I was an emo too. I have long hair, and there's a reason why I grew out. There's two personal reasons why I grew out my hair. But I used to be that kid that always had like hair like covering like covering the eye, this and that. And I would always have long hair up to here, covering the eye. I listened to rock bands. I had it all. I was like literally like emo. And now I got long hair. I got super long hair. Long hair that reaches to my tailbone. Yeah. Those are two things that I noticed, and to me was a winner for me. So but you know, we're talking about like not having a relationship, whatever. That's cool. Like that's cool. I respect it. And I didn't see it as a relationship because again, I had that in my mind. I'm in California, so let me make a friend in California. Let me get to know somebody in California. And hey, if I ever come back again, I can reach out to you, and we can hang out again. Maybe introduce me to your friends. Very genuine. I want to explore the world. As much as I tell myself that I don't want to travel, so scared of flights. I don't want to do this. I don't want to spend that much money. I want to travel. I want to see the place that I call home, Earth. I want to see every part of it. That's what I want to do. And I want to know a lot of people around the world. I want to know that there's someone else in the world that I know. I want to know someone in Japan that I've talked to and that I know that's living right now. You know what I mean? That's what I think about. So, future me, viewers, Priscilla, anybody else is watching, mama, papa, sisters, hello. This is me ranting for almost an hour. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the life over here. And I wish I can have more time to meet more people. California's taught me a lot of things. And I appreciate every single lesson that I've learned. My name is Jordy Criollo. I am 22 years old. The year is 2025. This is me being open and blunt. I'm gonna log off. I'm gonna enjoy this joint and live my life. Have a good night.